In this video, we're hauling a Big Red Forklift. Well, if we ever get a permit. Hey guys, just got here to G&W. We're picking up a forklift. So I'm going to go try to find somebody and figure out where we're going to get loaded. And I will try to get some footage of getting the forklift loaded up. Alright, so we got checked in. Got my paperwork. They want us to back into this dock over here on the side of the building, and then we're going to pull back up this way and back straight up along here. It's one of those Big Red, I think it's that first one there, that Big Red forklift there. So he said he's going to bring it outside of the gate for me, and then it'll be up to me to get it loaded so I can show you guys all that. So let's get turned around and backed in so we can load this up. Comes with the forklift. He's gonna get it out of the gate for me. So let's go take a look at this thing, see where we're going to chain it. So we could probably go right around there. And we could probably get one around there and cross them to the front. Probably have to go around the axle in the back. And then I'll probably go to that pin with another couple chains. So that should be good. Alright. honest, I don't have a whole lot of experience driving forklifts, but I have loaded a couple. So hopefully that is straight. I think once we get up to the ramps, we'll get out and look. That looks pretty straight to me. All right. This thing is long. I'm trying to get those forks all the way drawn in there, but I think my boards are in the way. So, I think maybe we will put it all the way back and then we'll get hooked up and I'll put my height stick on it and see where we're at for the height. So that's the problem with these. The mast sticks up. Hopefully it will be on here far enough that neck up. And of course it's not. Okay. I think we're gonna have to come up and tilt back, and we'll have to separate those forks to go over my ramps. Let's see if we can do that. Tilt back, and then that's there. But honestly, alright, we're gonna have to turn it around. Back it up. The problem with forklifts is that all the weight is in the back at that counterweight. So we need to have that counterweight towards the back of the trailer. I didn't realize this thing was so long. I might be able to put these forks on either side of the neck though. That would help with the weight. Guys, watch behind us, okay? Let's get out and look and see how straight we are. Alright, now I'm going to try to pull this up a little and get the forks up even with this and set them on top of my ramps here to try to get at least some of the weight forward, because on these all of the weight is back here on these big counterweights. So all of the weight is back at the back of the trailer right now, or at least a good amount of it. I think if we get those forks up there on the ramps, it'll put it about perfect. So let's try to do that. We have to air up the suspension, and then I'll put a height stick on it and we'll see where we're at. I think we pulled the permit for 1310. So we almost have the forks on the ground there, so we should be pretty close there. So let's get it aired up and see what we're at. So while this airs up, I'll tell you guys, we are once again waiting on South Carolina for a permit. We pulled this permit on our way to deliver this morning. I think it was like 8 o'clock we started pulling this permit, and we still don't have it. So I don't know if we'll get it today. It's 3 o'clock, 3 in the afternoon right now. We still don't have a permit for this load. If we don't get a permit, you know, by, well, I think sunset is at like 5:50. So if we don't get a permit by like 5 o'clock, there's no point in me leaving. I'll probably just drop the trailer here. I'll go in and talk to him about it, but I'll probably just drop the trailer here and go get a hotel. And then, you know, when we get the permit, we'll hit the road. About all we can do. So right now our gosh, it's all dusty. Our drive axle is showing about 62. So 62 psi. We'll let this air the rest of the way up, and then we'll go check what the trailer axles are at. But I think at 62 we're good. I think the weight's all right on it. So we have plenty of we have 3 axles in the back, so we have plenty of room to spare on the rear tridem. So let's go see what that says, and then we'll put a height stick on this. I can show you guys doing that, and we'll see what height we're at, and then hopefully we're good to go. All right, let's see where we're at. We're at 62 psi. So yeah, we're good weight wise on both. So now I'm gonna get my height stick out and put a height stick on this, and we'll see what our height is. Okay, so we got it. That's how we ended up putting it. So with it there, we are at 1310 at the top of that mast. So legal height is 13.6, but we pulled our permit for 1310. So we should be good there. Weight on this, yeah, we're sitting right at 62, 63 on the tridem and 62 on the drives. So I think weight wise we're good. Now we just have to get it chained down, and hopefully we'll get our permit at some point, because right now we still don't have one. So now we got the front chain down, but the problem I have now is where do you hook back here? I've got really no good options. I guess I could go around that axle and then down around that cross member. That one's pretty beefy. I would be all right with that. But I would like to have another chain on here somewhere. Pull them back. Well, you know, they don't make this real easy. Oh, here's the battery disconnect. We'll turn that off. I don't see any other place to hook to. Nothing under here. That's all sheet metal. I suppose I could go across there. Alright, well, I think I'm going to go around here. That looks plenty beefy. I'll run right around there, and then we'll pull that and go around that cross member if we can. And then, I don't know, maybe we'll try to figure something out with that pin. Where to go? Yeah, they don't give you any tie down points. There are no tie down points on this. So we'll figure something out. Alright, this is what we're going to do. We're going to hook in there to that plate. It's real thick. We're going to come out here and we're going to hook to this plate because it's thick. And that'll be 2. And then we'll figure something else out for the rest of them. There's one, and we'll do the same thing over here. Okay, there's 2. I wonder if I could get a chain through there. Maybe 2 chains through there. Alright, change of plans. Climb back out of here. I think I'm going to take chains from that pin over that hook. It's not great, but it is 2 more chains holding it back. I just don't know where else to hook on this thing. There is literally no place to put any chains. I guess that's what we're gonna have to do. You know, a lot of times these will have a couple tie down points on the top or something. This thing has nothing, and it's so long. You know, they told me it was 19 feet long, and that may be 19, but with the forks, it's way longer than 19. It's like 25, a little over 25. Alright, so we are all chained down. I am ready to go. But once again, we are waiting on South Carolina to issue a permit. We applied for this permit at 8:30 this morning. It is now 4 o'clock. We called and they said, we'll get to you when we get to you. which is pretty much the answer we got. So here we sit, 4 o'clock. Sunset is 5:30, and yeah. So if we don't get a permit, I'll probably end up dropping the trailer here. I talked to the guys in here, they said that would be okay. I'll drop the trailer and bobtail to a hotel for the night, and we'll hopefully get a permit tomorrow morning. So that is where we're at. Hey guys, I'm not one for complaining usually. You know, as long as I can pay the mortgage, buy some groceries, have the light bill stay paid, I'm pretty happy. You know, I get to play with trucks all day and drive equipment. But when you book a load and then they print right on the paper what the broker got paid to move the load, and you know what you got paid to move the load, it's hard to not get a little ticked off about it. So right there is the rate that they're paying. That's $1,900, $1,900. So the rate the broker gave us was $1,250. So, you know, it just doesn't make much sense. I've spent the last hour and 45 minutes wrestling with this forklift to get it chained down. We have to pull the permits. It's going to cost me a hotel for the night. And then the broker, who a lot of them work from home, and I don't know, you know, I don't know their situation, but, you know, $650, that's a third of what they're getting paid. 33% seems a little high for the fee for a broker to charge the driver or the company that's hauling it. So I'd love to hear you guys' opinions on that. Do you think 33% is high, or do you think that's fair? I always thought between 10, 15, 20 on the high end, 20% is a fair fee for a broker to charge. 33 just seems a little high to me. So you guys let me know. You can comment down below. Tell me what you think. So while we wait, I'll let you guys take a gander at this thing. So this is a Kalmar, you can see it there, it's a Kalmar DCG 160 forklift. So it is not wide, but it is heavy. You can see how long the thing is. So I don't know what the weight rating is on these, probably a good bit. Maybe we can find it on here. Oh, there you go. So at 70 inches, it's rated for 27,170. At 48 inches, it's rated at 36,000 pounds. So there you go. So if I'm reading that right, this is capable of lifting 36,000 pounds. So it is a pretty big forklift. So they listed the weight at 54,000 pounds. Based on the scales, it's probably a little bit lighter than that, honestly. On my gauges, rather, not the scales. So based on the gauges, it's probably a little bit lighter than that. Probably more like, I don't know, 50, maybe a little under 50. A lot of times brokers will estimate a little high. Oh, I ought to put well, I'm not going to put an exhaust on that. It's pointing backwards. It'll be fine. So there it is. It's got big old forks on it. They listed it as 19 feet long, and I would say that is 19 feet long. But with the forks, you know, 8-foot long forks on it, I'd say it's more like 27 feet long. And I have it angled a little bit, so that takes a little bit of length out of it. But you can see it's all the way at the end of my well, sticking over a little bit. I got it under my ramps there. But it's my well is 25 feet long, and it is all the way back past the end of my well. So yeah, I would say it is probably 27 feet long. So luckily it fit. We were able to get it on there. So it is going up to It's going to Charlotte, North Carolina. We are currently in Greenville, South Carolina. So it's not that far. But like I said, we're waiting on a permit. So South Carolina is taking a long time to issue a permit for this. They told us it could be 24 to 36 hours, which seems excessive. But I will let you know when we get on the road. Alright, so it is now 5 o'clock, which means the South Carolina permit office is closed. As you guys can see, status is pending agent review. So the upshot is that we don't have a permit, and we won't have one tonight. So what I'm going to do is drop the trailer here at where I'm picking up this forklift. I booked a room at the Days Inn. It's only like a mile down the road. So I'm going to drop the trailer here, put a kingpin lock on it, and then I will be back over at 7 o'clock in the morning when the permit office opens. Hopefully we get that permit pretty quickly tomorrow, and we can take this load and run it up to Charlotte. So I can show you guys what you have to do to drop the trailer. So when you have a lowboy, you don't have any landing gear to put down. So you just got to drop the deck onto the ground, and then you can unhook your fifth wheel and drive out from under it. And then what I usually do is just drop the neck down a little more so that nobody else can back under it, and then I have a lock I put on there and I'll secure it. But I'll show you guys all that. So first thing, we got to drop the air in the rear of the trailer. So important thing is to put air to the rear of the trailer. That releases the brakes. So as the trailer comes down, when you let the air out of the suspension in the truck and also in the rear, instead of binding up, when it drops, this tries to move, I guess it would be back as it loses height. So it'll actually bind up, and it'll push. If the brakes are on, it will actually push the front of the trailer forward, which can screw you up when you're trying to unhook, especially when you got a bunch of weight on it. So always release your brakes. That lets everything move freely, doesn't get bound up. So now it's just kind of like the same process as dropping the trailer. We'll fire this pony motor up, lift it up, drop it down onto the deck, take the weight of the neck off of the fifth wheel, and then we'll be able to pull out from under it. So I'll show you guys that. So you can see this dropping down, and we're going to take the gap out of here, so it takes the weight off of it. So with that all the way down, that takes the weight of the neck of the trailer and puts it on the front of the deck. So it takes that little gap off of it so it's not hanging. So with that done, we got to pump our air. Well, I was gonna put my kingpin lock on that, but I can't find the key, so I don't know what I did with that. We're gonna pull the key from the pony motor, and we put it down so nobody can get under it. So it should be safe enough there for tonight. Yeah, I don't know what I did with that kingpin lock, but that's where the load will sit tonight. We'll be back over first thing in the morning, and hopefully that permit comes in and we'll be able to get out of here. So I will see you guys in the morning. I'm going to head over to the hotel and relax a little bit, get a good night's sleep, and I'll see you in the morning. Hey everyone. It is 9:17. I just got off the phone with the permit office. Talked to Haley again today, and you know, magically, almost 25 hours after we applied for the permit, once I talked to Haley, you know, then it gets reviewed, and I think we finally have our permit. So we are going to head the 91 miles up to deliver this forklift. Yeah, just a ridiculous amount of time to wait for a permit. But we got it now, so we're going to hit the road, and I will see you in Charlotte. Raise the trailer up to get out of their driveway, but we got that taken care of. Sorry, I couldn't get any footage of that. I had to get out to get that fixed right away. I was blocking the road, so we got it raised up, got out of the driveway, and then I lowered it back down to where it should be. Alright, so I got a hold of somebody. He said he's going to come get me. He's driving a little Kubota side-by-side out here. And I guess he'll tell me where they want me to offload it. and we'll get hooked back up. Guys, that's it for this one. So I'm going to send paperwork in and we'll be all done. So empty trailer means money in the bank.